Enjoy the sun. Till then.
The North Pole to cool us off, man. For sure.
For voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to show my shopping here in G.E.L. And my sister just said voucher on cell phone, and I can stream £2,000 worth of my shopping.
If they don't know how to help their families here, there is a better way.
Talofa lava everyone, ma lona so for mo, marelangi mama, and a warm Pacific greetings to everyone that's tuned in today. Oh my gosh, it's Monday and I'm smiling. I'm just a little bit tired.
Well, you had really full on weekend, both on Saturday and Sunday. But before we get into that, talofa lava everyone, and welcome to the first day of the week, which is Monday. I had to think about what day it was. But it's a beautiful day out here in Auckland.
Yeah.
It's so warm and so sunny, and it's going to be a great day. But
Summer.
summer's going to be really hot.
Yeah.
But this weekend, Ben and I, we actually did something different. So usually we are out at Vax Drive supporting the community. But this Saturday, Ben and I, we were actually getting down and dirty with the beautiful Shelley, cleaning up rubbish on the Kiwi Esplanade in Mangere Bridge.
Yeah.
And we were doing that in support of the Race for Oceans campaign that Shelley has going on. Yeah. But there was just so much rubbish.
Yeah.
And that little bit, there was just so much rubbish. I think we covered maybe 2.6 kilometers, if that. And by the end of it, we were really tired. So we weren't really putting as much effort as we were at the start of it. But by the end of it, we had filled up a whole entire big gorilla, big size bag, just full of rubbish, guys. So please, please, please think of our environment, think of our oceans, think of the future generations, your kids and their kids. Think about the life that you want them to live, and pick up that rubbish. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be another pick up rubbish day.
I'm hoping that there is, so I can kind of rope everyone in and then kind of just be like, guys, I'm just going to direct it from my comfortable seat. But otherwise, it was a really good drive.
It was.
And it was interesting to see the amount of rubbish that we collected. So, please, everyone, pick it up. It is important, especially, the plastic. Man, that was quite...
Especially when plastic doesn't exactly... It's not deteriorate. Is it deteriorate? It doesn't... not compost. It's not biodegradable. Producer Ryan.
I love that. Biodegradable
he saw me
girls.
struggle and he came in and he saved me. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, plastic is not biodegradable, guys. So it's going to be there on our land, in our land for years to come. So just keep that in mind. And when you are tossing out rubbish, sort it out. So, you've got your recycling bin and you've got your rubbish bin. So
keep that in mind, guys, because it's so important. You don't want to be fishing out plastic out of your nice oyster there.
No, or kina. Think about that. You don't want... But we have someone that's just tuned in. I'm going to apologize for saying your name wrong, but Agasiata is asking what our address is. So I won't give you my personal address, but the Bluwave address is 28D Lambie Drive. Yeah,
it just depends on what it is that they're asking for, Claudia, because if it's with regards to the ET t-shirts, please, we have been sending out all of the links and the details where to purchase, but you need to wait for a response from the team. As mentioned last week, the ET t-shirts are sold out, so you need to be patient. Once we've brought out the new orders, then we will happily get everyone to come through and pick up their orders. But please, you need to wait for a response, because if you turn up...
Be patient, guys.
Turn up and there's no T-shirt and no ET here. We have, and Tui has mentioned that the T-shirts are currently sold out. We're just waiting on our order that should be arriving this week. But we will confirm.
So patience is a virtue, guys. But the beautiful Vasa has tuned in and she says, hi, sissies. And, talking about Vasa, you had another full-on Sunday as well.
I did. And I wanted to say a massive, massive shout out to Vasa, Bronson, Mina, the youth leaders that are driving the vaccination campaign throughout South Auckland and Auckland. They've been awesome, the way that they host. They're showing so much love. And, I kept saying, Jacinda Ardern always values, our youth, and you've seen her in the campaign drives. But a massive shout out to our youth leaders who have shown so much love and support for, what they believe is best for our community. But otherwise, it's been an awesome weekend supporting the brother Lorenzo and also Asiata. It's been crazy. We had Gabriel and Bernina. I'm just a little bit drained, but all worth it. It was all worth it. They managed to meet their target and went beyond the numbers that were set aside. But man, the energy.
It's always a good feeling supporting community, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
But I also want to say a shout out to Elizabeth and to Vitalia and to really want to be able to pronounce his name properly.
Oh, that's Melody. Hi, Melody.
There we
It's
go.
it's always the catfish names.
Yeah, I was
coming through.
but I'm glad that I've got the name. But today we have a very exciting guest on the show, and he has just quit his 9-to-5 job, and you will see him living up the life because he's actually tuning in from a beautiful beach up north. So it must be nice.
Must be nice. I can't wait to. Well, actually, you know what? I love my job. I really do. And, I love that Bluwave has, given me the flexibility to be a mum. I know that someone's like, when? Well, I am a mum. But yeah, they've given, Martin and the team here at Bluwave have given me that flexibility to be able to be a mum, train in the morning, and just, gosh, man. Yeah, okay, so 9-to-5, but doesn't actually feel like a 9-to-5 when you love what you're doing. So I love it here, love Blue TV, love Bluwave. But I just wanted to quickly mention a shout out to all of our sponsors. Because without the sponsors, we wouldn't have this show wouldn't be happening. So a massive shout out to the beautiful Falute of Pacific 40. I need to remind you, if you need to send that Christmas present over to Samoa, send it through Pacific 40 Talofa voucher. It's the perfect gift for your aiga in Samoa. We've got Maoso Samoa in Samoa. Thank you so much. Gas up when you're ka'asoloa i beer. Head over to Maoso Samoa and they'll be able to fuel up the friendly team there. They do it for you. So don't worry. You just stay in your car. So they jump out. You just stay in your car and they'll do it all.
Service.
It is.
Love that.
And of course, the generator. The generator, I actually had a really cool business idea that I'm not going to share right now.
No, don't.
But I think I might get in contact with them because I was thinking, actually, that could be a really cool idea. The generator will be able to help generate your business ideas. And that's what Claudia came up with last week. So if you have an amazing business idea, send a message through to the generator. They'll be able to help you. Unfortunately, it is only available to our families and viewers who are tuning in from New Zealand, I believe. New Zealand.
But, today is going to be a little bit different because during the break, we actually are going to be playing a video that has been sent in by Lance. It's just going to give you a little taster on just how amazing and inspirational he is. But I'm just going to speak a little bit more about him. So he is 27 years old, born in Samoa and raised in South Auckland, New Zealand. He has just left the 9-to-5 life, currently a part of an affiliate marketing group / online business. He is bringing out his clothing brand based on gratitude, while also revolving around mental health awareness. His clothing brand is called G.E.L, which stands for Gratitude Equals Life and Energy Equals Life. Now, Lance has also put on a 30 challenge on himself where he runs 5 kilometers every day for men's mental health awareness. So, without further ado, watch this short video on why he is doing it.
Just tell us why you're doing this and what for and what's your future goal kind of thing.
Man, where to begin?
That's my uso. That's my uso. That's my uso. I love you.
These 5-kilometer runs every day for 30 days now. What am I going to do on my 30th and final day that's going to make something out of this 30-day challenge that I put on myself? So it started off pretty much with a book called The Magic, and that book is pretty much based on gratitude. And that book gives you 28 days to practice gratitude 28 different ways. Just being able to see and actually live gratitude for 28 days and apply it. What better way to finish off my 30-day challenge for mental health awareness than to make it big, to make it an actual event where as many people can come and join and raise awareness around mental health. The feeling's unreal, like just seeing the support come through for mental health specifically, man. Like, you know, obviously there's not enough awareness like for mental health specifically in New Zealand, but man, this is what this is all about, just making an awareness or raising the awareness for mental health. Because frick, man, like COVID, there's not enough talk about, you know, suicide during these lockdowns, and man, and it's unfortunate that the government doesn't talk about this specific topic. But man, just so grateful to see everyone turn up and show up for this specific purpose, man. You know, so I'm excited.
Listen.
BluTable voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili ole tau. Ole lafo me ole pepa tala oloa. Ona whaangale e whaatau ai oloa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa so fua tau e lisia sa.
Ni fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaatau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo pa voucher ua mau le apususi o se wa fine. So se paro loa fai ngo fie. A me se le tfelua i mala telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo la fo mer cash ona ino o te mau le ainga.
Pa te tu la vole talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo pa tai. Ma lu la le tsam pai.
Pa tai talo pa voucher. Teki talo pa voucher.
For the next generation of growers and farmers in the Pacific, may you find your own rhythm on the land. May you grow and teach others how to grow with love. May your skills and intuition continue to nourish, nurture, and advise those who need it.
Talofa lava. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to Pea and Claudia BluTable Podcast, especially on a beautiful Monday afternoon in Auckland in the Own 9. And I just want to say a huge thank you to Lance for tuning in and being our guest for the show today, especially when he's tuning in from a gorgeous, gorgeous beach out north somewhere, living the life. Now that he's quit his 9 to 5. But thank you so much, Lance, for being on the show. If you could please introduce yourself. I know that you're born in Samoa, so if you could please tell our viewers as well which villages you are from.
Oh, sweet. First of all, thank you, fam, for inviting me onto this beautiful space that you guys have for our people. And my name is Lance, 27 years of age, born in Samoa. My father is from Wainganga in Upolu, not far from Apia, and my mum is from Rotoanu'u and Otopa. Currently living in New Zealand and here at the beach.
And that's not a green screen, is it?
No, this is not a green screen, as you can see.
Amazing. And he's there with his beautiful partner, Lindsay, just living the life. But we've just played your YouTube video on the show, and I remember watching it yesterday, and I said to Lance, oh my God, you're so inspirational. To which he replied, my goal isn't to just inspire or motivate people, but rather to transform them by reaching within themselves through what I stand. And I just thought that was absolutely beautiful. Now, he didn't actually know that I was actually going to quote him on that, but
love it. I absolutely love it. Really, really love that. You know, and I was reading the post earlier on today, and my God, I was like, and then I watched the video and I was like blown away, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a 5K run every single month. Every single month. But you know, like, you've put on a 30-day challenge on yourself to run 5Ks every single day for men's mental health awareness. Running 5Ks, well, it's not easy. I can't even do one. Every single day for 30 days. Man, seriously, what gives you the motivation and drive to keep this up every single day?
Well, there are a lot of life lessons that I learned along my run. And first of all, one of them was that motivation doesn't get you anywhere. It only gets you to start something, but it doesn't get you to complete anything at all. And what gets you to keep pushing through or to finish something is discipline. You know, discipline and commitment is something that a lot of, you know, our own poly people lack. And I mean that with all respect and love, because, like, take, for example, like in rugby, right? All of us love to turn up on Saturday to run on the field, but none of us want to turn up on Tuesday to do the fitness training, you know? So it's, and I speak that from experience for myself, and my friend of mine, Leroy, and myself talk about this quite often, where, you know, our men in our community, we rely too much on our talent that we end up throwing away hard work, because, you know, when we know that we have talent, natural born talent, we tend to lean too much on that and forget about, you know, work ethic, which is what we are brought up in. You know, our family, our parents are people who are made of hard work and dedication, and also love and passion, compassion. But yeah, like, with the whole 30-day challenge, it wasn't something that I had planned. It was just something that inevitably came as I was thinking about, you know, what's something that I can do to impact people's lives. And, you know, eventually got to the point where I wanted to do something for mental health. And I just thought, you know what, this is Mental Health Week. And, you know, the crazy thing is with mental health, right? It's only not celebrated, but it's only brought awareness to when it's Mental Health Week. But why isn't it brought to everyone's attention every single day or every single week of the year, rather than just one week of the year? And so I thought, I don't want to just bring awareness to mental health for one day or for 1 week. And then I ended up starting a mental health live, which is supposed to be only for that 1 day or 1 week. And then I ended up having my 8th week yesterday. And, you know, some things we we try and plan for a perfect idea, but the thing we forget to understand is that we got to take imperfection in every idea and perfect it in the passion and the dreams that we have. And so anyway, so I decided to do a 30-day 5-kilometer run challenge for mental health. And to tell you the truth, it wasn't easy. I'm not a runner. I played rugby, but I was
You
never a runner.
fool me though, Lance.
Are you sure?
Well, I swear on my life, I'm not a runner. And I've explained this to a few of my friends where, you know, when I was playing rugby and I wanted to take rugby more serious this year, I ended up, you know, making the goal to run from my house to One Tree Hill every day, which was like probably about 7-8 Ks. And I kept failing that, you know, I wasn't consistent. And I felt like it was because my why or my reason wasn't strong enough, because my why or my reason was about me. But then when I did this whole movement or awareness for mental health, that why or that reason was no longer about me. And along my runs, I came to understand and learn that when your why or your reason is bigger than yourself, you become the bigger person in the process. And the other thing I came to understand was your why needs to be able to pull you, not push you, because you can only be pushed so far. And so, yes, having a why or having a reason can push you, but if your why or your reason is strong enough, it will pull you to the point where it will become effortless. And so
I feel like you also have a career in motivational speaking, Lance.
I know, I'm just kind of like going, my gosh, is there another you out there somewhere? Just an older version. So I was just going to comment on your running. I'm not a runner because, you know, most men run away from their responsibilities. Just saying. Kidding. If you're watching and you know it's for you, that's for you. Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. But but it's nice that you've achieved that. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. My bad if I'm going to get a little bit of hate on that.
Oh, no, it's all in good fun, guys.
Nah, that's all right. That's what forgiveness is for.
Okay, then talk a little bit about that then.
No.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, so, you know, as I was talking about, like, as you're mentioning, like, I wasn't a runner and I never was a runner. But it wasn't until it was, I feel like it was my second or third day that, like, I really started to feel the pain in my legs. And I was like, man, stuff this. Because where I stay in Three Kings, and so it's just surrounded with hills and mountains. And so, like, my whole street, like, my street is a real high, steep street. And so I sprint up there every end of my run. And, like, I run up the mountain, run on, like, for 5 Ks, just full of uphills. And I was, like, dying. I was like, man, nah, you know. But then I got to the point where I ended up yelling at myself and saying, like, reminding myself, saying, like, who was this for? Why'd you even bother doing this in the first place? You know, and I started reminding myself that it wasn't about me. Yes, I've struggled with mental health, and we still do regardless. But I reminded myself that this purpose was bigger than me. And how can I say that I'm there for other people when I'm continually giving up when time gets tough?
Now, Lance, you did mention that you know, you used to initially fail at running all these Ks because your why was, I guess, just about you, and you didn't have a bigger why purpose. Does that make sense? But you've sent us through some photos that we're actually going to play on the show. And, you know, you're surrounded by so many friends and families, and you have such a strong support system. Can you please let us know how important it is to have a support system for you to achieve anything in life, pretty much?
Well, you know, when you're stuck in your like your dark place, right? All you can think about is like just yourself. Like you think about, man, no one loves me, no one cares, and like obviously, like one thing I talk a lot about is like for true and permanent change to be made, you have to reach within yourself. It's not an outward reach, but an inward reach. And one thing I came to understand was that yes, true and permanent change does require inward reach rather than outward reach, but that comes after you've been able to reach outward, because, you know, we still got to reach out to others for help, and that's okay. But the problem is that I've come to understand, and many of my friends in my online business, is that we have been conditioned for so long that for men in specifically, that we are conditioned for so long to suppress our emotions and our feelings, and that we are expected to be these tough, staunch men, and that we are providers, and that, you know, we are protectors. But that has taken away also the other part of us, which is the feminine part, which we are able to feel, we are able to love, we are able to be sensitive to others' feelings. And I feel that's what's missing in our society today and for a long time. And if we don't change that now, if we don't bring more awareness to that, we will continue that cycle forever. And so that's why I feel part of the reason why I am doing what I'm doing with mental health awareness is to bring that to light, because there's not enough talk about it. And with my mental health live, everything that people usually talk about with mental health is very surface level. But if you watch some of my lives with mental health, I encourage those that come on to share the deep parts, because that's where people will really hear you. You know, because you can tell anyone your surface stuff and no one's going to be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Like, you know, like, but if you really share that vulnerable side of you, people will really be touched and be able to relate with you. Because that's where the relation really comes from, is through vulnerability, not suppressing your feelings.
Yeah, you know, I honestly, you've got so much courage to share that, and I totally agree with you, because, you know, we've spoken a lot about it with For the Boys podcast as well. Our Pacifica men do a lot of the time do suppress the feelings, and you're right. I when you mentioned that, you know, that men do have that, you know, loving side, I went, the real, but they do, and they just hide it, and then, you know, but, you know, I better not go there, because this is gonna go down a road that I'm just gonna I'm gonna start airing out a few deep, dark secrets that I don't want to air on here. But look, well, let's go back to, you know, let's go into you know, we've seen the photos, we've seen how awesome the big orange bright t-shirts, you know, and probably my favorite part has been I Got Your Back. And the reason why this was a standout for me was because it's a saying that I relate to a friendship, a really good friendship with, you know, myself and Martin, the owner of Bluwave. You know, every time, you know, I kind of reached out for some kind of, you know, reassurance that someone's going to be there, you know, that was his line to me, you know, I got your back. Don't worry, you know, through my battles and my challenges, that has been the standout thing for me. And I will never, ever forget, you know, the bro Martin kind of like, I got your back, don't worry. So it's the same thing with me. I'm like, you know, when I'm talking to Martin, I'm like, nah, don't worry, I got your back. So, you know, this is your new clothing brand. And I think I know I'm going to get one, but talk us a little bit about this, you know, your new branding of, you know, the label, because that's pretty cool. I got your back. I love that.
Yeah. Well, is it all right if I share a bit into the actual backstory of this, the brand itself? Oh, okay, cool. Because I know I touched a little bit on it in the video, but there's a book called The Magic, right? And that's where it initially started from. Because, man, honestly, if you know me, I'm not a fashionable person. I don't really like wearing, like, dressing up and all that stuff. As the sis over there would know from the other day catching up for Thanksgiving party. But, man, like, there's a book called The Magic. And what that book is based on is literally diving deeper into gratitude. Now, the problem that we all face, right, is when someone does something good for us, what's the instant thing we say? Oh, thanks, bro, or shot sis, but what is actually behind those words? Nothing, because it's empty, you know? And so just because you have good manners or just because you say thank you doesn't necessarily mean you are a grateful person. Because when was the last time someone's done something for you where you've gone, man, honestly, like, I really appreciate this, and I know this has taken, you know, time out of your way to do this for me or to get this for me, and you've worked hard for this, you know? We fail to see, like, the symbol or the symbolic part of what we're perceiving, and we only see what's
I love
at
this
face
dude.
value. And so this book gives you 28 days to implement or to apply gratitude in 28 different ways. And so I don't know if you guys have heard of Tony Robbins, but he's a world-known like motivational speaker. He doesn't like to be called that because he prefers to be called the practical psychologist. And he's amazing. And he's someone that's really helped me kind of change my mindset, how I see the world. But, you know, along those 28 days, my partner and I, Lindsay, we attended what was called UPW, which is Unleash the Power Within. And it's a 4-day virtual live webinar. And it was 15-hour days for 4 days straight. So it started from, what time did it? From 9 in the morning till about like 12 at midnight or 2, 3 in the morning. And the craziest thing is that like we weren't necessarily tired, because we were so excited about the changes we were making. And so, you know, with the book called The Magic, like it, as I said, it's based on gratitude. And so when I went into this 4-day web seminar, I went in grateful. I went in with gratitude. And one thing that Tony Robbins spoke a lot about was energy is life. And he asked the question, what is life? And then he dove deeper into it. And he said, without energy, you have no life, because energy is what sets your life up. And so, man, that hit me. And then there was a part where he dove deep into how he's come up with knowing that humans have 6 different needs, right? And I was like, man, 6 different needs. And so he broke it down. And he said that there are 4 primal needs and 2 spiritual needs. And those needs were, the 4 primal needs are love, significance, certainty, and uncertainty. And then the 2 spiritual needs are growth and contribution. And then he asked us, he said, okay, so what were your top 2? What were your top 2 human needs growing up? And I looked back at my life and I was like, man, I think my 2 needs growing up was love and significance. You know, I felt like I was constantly yearning for love as a child, and I always felt insignificant. And I felt like that I lacked significance in my childhood upbringing. And then he said, if your top 2 is significance and love, that is the worst combination you can have. And then I looked back at my childhood, and it made so much sense as to why I felt so miserable growing up, because I was constantly feeling like I wasn't loved, and I felt like I was lacking significance among my loved ones. But the craziest thing I came to understand as well was that I didn't feel that way because I was treated that way. I felt that way because I made myself believe that. And I feel like a lot of the time we struggle mental health purely because of our perception. And there's that saying, perception is reality. Change your perception, change your reality. And so if we're constantly stuck in a perception where we are constantly feeling like, oh, it's me, you will always think about me. But when we step out of that and we zoom out, then you'll realize the bigger picture. But yeah, sorry, I think I should stop there.
No, I just want to say, I love what you said about, you know, life being energy. And, you know, I don't know how long ago you actually started embarking on these changes, but I remember when yourself and Lindsay, beautiful Lindsay, his partner, they walked into the Thanksgiving dinner that we had over the weekend, and both of you just like radiated positive energy, and it was so easy to talk to you, and you just were so happy. So, I mean, if no one has told you that already, like the changes are definitely there. And so, yeah, I'm just very grateful to have both of you.
I so truly believe that the energy that one brings, it does definitely changes, you know, the vibe and the atmosphere in the room. So I tell you, man, as soon as I jump out of my car and I see the Bluwave sign, I'm just like, oh my God. You kind of just get a sense of, because, and you know, I'm just going to go back on that comment about the love. And what was the second one? Significance. And I think that a lot of our Pasifika families may kind of have that as their top two. And I'm not just saying because I'm familiar with the type of, and I'm not saying that we weren't loved. I think it was the type of way that their love was shown was different to, so you know what I mean? So, and then, you know, you don't get congratulated. They don't go, oh, well done. Because, we know that our islanders are like, stay humble, but then you know, and then we're so scared to praise each other or praise your child because they were like, oh yeah, you know. But I kind of know where that, I'm not going to dwell too much onto it because, you know, it may bring out some negative vibes from me.
But Lance, honestly, we're both just very much enjoying this conversation. But I'm just looking at the time, and I know we do have to wrap up because you have a meeting to go to. But before we do, you have just wrapped up at your 9-to-5 job, and you've launched your clothing line, and you're running 5Ks every single day. Where to next? And also, how did it feel to, resign from your 9-to-5 and now living the life that you
living
are?
The dream.
Out at a beach.
Well, sorry, just to correct it. I did it for those 30 days, the 5 kilometers. Because I did it just for that month, and then I did the Movember, as you can see with my moustache. So Lindsay keeps telling me that I have to shave it off tomorrow, unfortunately, once November's finished. But yeah, with where to next is I actually have a big goal that I will be starting next week, end of next week, and that is with the suicides that have taken place in New Zealand. From what they mentioned in June, that there was 607 suicides that took place in our country. And I mean, that's no surprise. Like, you look at how lack of awareness there is in mental health, like from the government. Like, the suicide rate has heightened during lockdown because people are being isolated. People isolated from their loved ones, and it's unfortunate, but that's just the way things are at the moment, and there is literally no talk about it from the government. But for me, my next goal is, with the number of suicides, I know that it has come up to about 700 or so, and so I'm going to be doing a 700 kilometer challenge where I will be running 700 kilometers over the period of 70 days, so 10 kilometers a day for 70 days. And I will be creating a GoFundMe account for Mental Health Awareness Charity, so then I can give it to Mental Health Foundation of New Zealand. And then I'll also be selling the shirts, my mental health shirts, the orange ones, and 20% of that will also go towards mental health as well. And yeah.
That's absolutely amazing, Lance.
I wish we had 2 more hours because there's a lot that I want to say right about now for about 2 hours. But look,
sorry.
No, but it's all right. You can go and enjoy your nice view over there at the beach.
No, my partner just Lindsay just wrote on her phone just to show me I didn't answer the question. But to answer the question, how does it feel to leave the 9-to-5?
Don't you agree that, you know, the man might be like the head of the family, but the woman's the neck? Right. I'm sure Lindsay will agree with me.
We heard Lindsay. She
the
said
woman's
yes.
The whole body of the family.
Oh, I think you just scored yourself some brownie points there, Lance.
Lindsay, you're a very lucky woman.
Yeah, so how does it feel leaving the 9-to-5? Honestly, it's amazing, to literally be to have time freedom and location freedom to be anywhere, wherever I want to be, whenever I want to be. It's honestly the best feeling, and I haven't announced it publicly, but I might as well on here. So my biggest why is that my partner is pregnant. And
no!
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, congratulations!
That is a BluTable Podcast.
That's a first. That's a first on BluTable, man.
So
congratulations to you and to Lindsay.
Thank you. Yeah, just to finish up, like, I think it was about 3-4 mornings ago, I woke up and I just turned over to her and I just said, you know, I actually can't wait for the time where we get to be full-time parents, not having to worry about money or having to go to a job. And being able to be a full-time father, as opposed to the old tradition where you couldn't be a father who was present at home because you had to go and make money, or you had to go and make money and bring home your leftover energy to your children. Whereas I can do both, where I can be home and make money at home and be home and present with my kids. You know, I don't want anyone else to raise up my kids, but my partner and myself, Lindsay and myself. And so that's my biggest why. And yeah, I'm just excited.
I am so happy for you. Honestly, you guys are going to make the most amazing parents and the most beautiful kids too.
You know what? Honestly, this is awesome. You're going to make an awesome father. I mean, yeah, let's not go down that path, but congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Can't wait.
But as promised, Lance, I did say to you that we were going to wrap up the show by 2:50. So honestly, like they were saying, we could talk to you for hours and hours and hours on end. But if you have any final words, any advice that you want to give our viewers, could you share that with us?
First of all, I would like to thank you both for the opportunity again. Cannot be more grateful, and I want you to know how genuinely appreciative I am of your time. And to be in the space to give back to our people, you know, there's not many of us out there doing the job because too many are following, not leading. And so I appreciate what you both are doing and leading for our people. And I would love to come back on and
definitely. We'll have to get Bubba on the show as well.
Yeah, in May when she's born or he's born. I don't know which one it is. But I honestly, just for everyone that is watching, and I don't know if you guys do replays, but for everyone that is watching, if you have a dream, don't let anyone tell you cannot do it, especially in our community. Because like Adesanya said, we have this problem in our society with tall poppy syndrome, where you see your people grind and be successful, and then you want to pull them down, you know? Be successful because you want to be successful, not because your parents told you to, not because someone else is forcing you to. And if, you know, there's this old tradition that we have where if you are in university, you are regarded as the golden child in the family. Forget about that. You know, there are other ways to be successful, not just going to university. University is going to give you a lot of loans and a lot of debt. But hey, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But in other words, just follow your dreams, pursue your dreams, whether that is in a 9-to-5 or whether that is in entrepreneurship, whatever that is, you pursue that regardless of anyone stopping you, even if it is your own family. And I mean that with love and respect, because at the end of the day, once they're in the grave, no one's going to be feeding your family but you.
I love that. Honestly, Lance, you are very, very, very inspirational. And once again, congratulations to you and to Lindsay for your beautiful blessing. And honestly, we cannot wait to have you back on the show. But
yeah,
honestly, it's been such a blessing having you on the show.
You have 2 hours the next time, okay? Don't worry. We'll split that. But no, look, Lance, Lindsay, it's been an absolute honor having you both and to share your amazing news, you know, which is a Blue. I'm so excited for you, but I'm not only have you added so much value to our lives and to the lives of our viewers, and you know, again, your opinion matters. It was, I'm gonna replay this, and I'm gonna actually send this link to people I think need to listen to those little digs. Oh, sorry, did I share that accidentally to you? Because you're meant to watch this. But Lance, thank you. We better go because I know you're strict with your time. But God bless both of you. Thank you to all of our viewers. That's us.
Bye.
Love you guys. See ya.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe. And my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūranga pitusili o le tāu. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. ona whaanga le whaatau i oloa e au ngā more ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa sunga fua tau e lisia sa.
Le fia po i sau e mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaakau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo for voucher ua maua le apasusi o sewa fine. So se paro loa whaingo fie a me se le te whelua i malo telefoni tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo merkes o na inu e lor tamao re ainga.
Whaftea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaftai. Malua lava le tampai.
Tai talo for voucher. Teki talo for voucher.
Tau tua ma le au nanga remote tau sa mo service station nei tona i matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta vale, ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga i se ese. Ai le ngata foi le, ma tau te sea ke ina fo i lo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik Pak Olusa? Awalnya telepon, matu siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Mulu no posible fia, mua tapi lah ucapan lebih out. Mua tapi lah telepon ni time out tu inai lah ucapan. Malah bayang mulu. Mana tua fu? E matua I fasa aina, lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga whapeni. Ota Samoa, ore ma ota mo Samoa. Mato te fia e au na pea mo oi Samoa. Maftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
For the next generation of growers and farmers in the Pacific, may you find your own rhythm on the land. May you grow and teach others how to grow with love. May your skills and intuition continue to nourish, nurture, and advise those who need it.